Where's our intro song? We talked about this.
So yeah, this is going to be like the world's longest episode. That's okay, guys.
It's okay for some people who don't have other jobs to do.
We'll just do the. How about this? We'll just do the Tim Allen and Letitia Wright one, and we'll do Betty White.
We can do all of them.
We'll do
just do some hot takes real fast.
So basically, this I just wanted to talk about. Tim Allen is back at Disney.
Okay.
They're doing a Santa Claus TV series for Disney.
Oh, really?
For
A
Disney
TV
Plus.
series? Yay.
Yep.
That's fascinating.
I don't know how you do the Santa Claus as a TV series, but as my favorite.
Everyone wants to know what Santa does in the fall. I'm just telling you.
It's
like the Fairly Odd Parents did a whole episode what Santa does in the fall, like in the summer. So basically, he becomes like this ripped man, and he still has the famous like beard, and he wears the hat, but he's like ripped, and he's like a surfer dude, and he's like, "Sup, Timmy."
Yeah.
So the main reason I want to talk about this is we're only going to really talk about the article headline here. So Tim Allen is back at Disney for Disney Plus for the Santa Claus, and Letitia Wright is back on set finishing up Black Panther 2 as Shuri. And what this proves is that Twitter does not run the world because Twitter hates these two. Twitter absolutely hates Letitia Wright right now, and they hate Tim. They hate
She
Tim.
doesn't want to take the vaccine.
Yes.
Unvaxxed at Disney?
They hate Tim Allen because he's semi-conservative.
Yeah.
And
he's vaguely conservative, so therefore he's
evil.
He's a villain.
And then they don't.
Have you seen his TV show Last Man Standing?
Yeah.
He talks about his views a lot.
Yep. So, but he has the gall of being open about it. But the show basically says Allen is reuniting with Jack Burnt, creator of Allen's hit sitcom Last Man Standing, who will serve as executive producer and showrunner on the Santa Claus. The Last Man Standing producer Kevin Hinch will executive produce the new series alongside Allen's managers Richard Barker and Rick Messina. So a lot of his people are coming back for it. And then the Black Panther 2 thing, it's funny, she got injured. And people were there was conspiracy theories abound that it wasn't an injury that she was out for, that they were getting rid of her because Twitter was backlashing her. And as we know, Twitter, the five psychos on Twitter get to run pretty much everything in the world.
Twitter in outrage, 5 people responded.
It's like so and so like Letitia Wright responds to backlash, and they look at the backlash. It's like from some dude who's like Mike9292 on Twitter, and that's the backlash you're facing. They never look at it as like, okay, Mike9292 and 4 other people hate you, but how many people support you?
My take on this is basically that the American dollar and the way you spend your attention is basically invaluable. I mean, if Tim Allen's show was successful, they were a good pairing.
They kicked it off ABC and it went to Fox, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The company is like, look, we just have to keep it. Like, there's nothing we can do, even if we want to signal something else. It's both of these things are worth keeping around.
They try to get every couple of years somebody tries to cancel South Park. South Park tried to cancel South Park, and they make too much money. It makes them too much money, so therefore, same with Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They're allowed, they're kind of grandfathered in because they make them so much money. And what's funny about the Letitia Wright one is, like I mentioned recently, I said, there is nothing higher on the progressive stack now than vaccine. Like, you cannot question it. You're not allowed to. They don't care what you look like. They don't care if you're religious. If you do not support it, they come for you.
Vaccine over everything.
And what Disney does something better than all these other studios do. The same thing happened. Remember when Roseanne Barr got canceled, per se? And then weirdo conservatives came back and were like, we're going to cancel James Gunn because he made creepy tweets 15 years ago. Disney fired him from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He went over to DC and did the Suicide Squad, and then they quietly rehired him for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
You just have to wait that one out.
They just waited it out. So they gave they pretended to appease them and fired him and then brought him back. So I think that's what they did here. Like, she got hurt, so then they just don't talk about it for a while. Now she's back, and Disney's
they wait till things cool off. I mean, when Louis C.K. got into trouble for his sex scandal, like he waited, and then people were like, and then he performed at a comedy club, and some people were mad, but at that point attention had moved on. But that's what I think this is. It's just, you can't deny what's actually successful.
Nope, you can't. And she was what's sad is, like, she was one of the most loved characters from that original from the Black Panther movie. It's the trope. It's she's a woman, she loves the science,
but I actually like her character.
She's charismatic.
Yeah,
she's a charismatic
if they
lady.
do make her into Ironheart, I don't think they will. But
they won't.
if they do, I kind of feel like she matches it. But Ironheart also, if you read the comic book series, a lot of people don't like her.
Oh yeah, both. We're going to talk about Miss Marvel tomorrow too, reshoots. But Miss Marvel and Ironheart are both starting from huge disadvantages as far as like how they're looked at in the general cultural zeitgeist around these characters. Letitia Wright, basically she's religious. She's very religious, and she says, I'm very hesitant to take this vaccine, and so for that she needs to be excised from society, and she's no longer allowed to be out there. So, but she was injured. She had it says a fracture and a concussion with severe side effects. So filming was suspended in November. Creating speculation that her stance on mandated vaccination was truly the cause of the delays. And outlets like CBR, who we do report with, who I do quote sometimes here, but are very, very. I don't like the editorialization at CBR. It says demanding that she be replaced because we have nothing better to do with our lives. So I'm glad to see that both of them are going to be able to stay and continue working on projects. It's a hopeful sign for people for the future. So we'll say that. Would you watch a Santa Claus TV show when it comes out? I knew you would. I had a feeling it. And we'll watch Black Panther 2 either way.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
For me, I love Tim Allen. I watched his...
Really?
Yeah, I really love Tim Allen. I watched his whole series of Last Man Standing, and they cast...
Did you ever see Home Improvement?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I remember his... what else did he act in that I love? I know I love him in Toy Story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's something. Disney is bankable. He's bankable for Disney. They've been working together for 20 gazillion years. A lot of people were mad he doesn't play Buzz Lightyear in the new Lightyear movie, but that's because it's the Lightyear is the real person that the toy is based on, so it makes sense to cast a different person.
Yeah, exactly. But for me, I really love that, Last Man Standing, and I'm happy that he's back with Disney because Disney needs to shut up and have more diversity.
Yep. Now all they gotta do is bring back Gina Carano.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, for me, Last Man Standing, they recasted a lot of the characters.
I heard that.
The first season, they had a different daughter for the oldest daughter, but then something happened. They said because she didn't want to play the role anymore, so they casted the main daughter as she is, but then she didn't want the role anymore, so they wrote her off, basically saying she disappeared. Maybe we get David Krumholtz back as the elf in the miracle or in the Santa Claus. I almost said Miracle on 34th Street. So not the same movie, but
not the same movie. So
you're trying, bro.
I want to talk Betty White.
Let's we're skipping over Britney Spears.
Do you want to cover Britney Spears? Do you have time?
Can we do a fast speed through on Britney Spears?
Let's just go straight to Betty White.
Okay, let's just go straight
to Betty White. We'll just do Betty White. This is really interesting because I've been seeing this yesterday was Betty White's birthday. And it says
it would have been her 100th, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So it says Betty White challenge is trending on Twitter for her 100th birthday. It says Betty White was a friend of countless animals throughout her legendary life, and now that legacy is living on. A new challenge inspired by the late comedic icon is currently sweeping through social media. The so-called Betty White Challenge is a virtual event that will be held on Monday, January 17th, which would have been the actress's 100th birthday. This article's from a couple days ago, and they got another one from TMZ. It says the Golden Girl star was a pioneering animal rights activist who adored the furry ones. She was a devoted animal lover who worked on saving endangered species and fixing conditions at the Los Angeles Zoo. White passed away December 31st at the age of 99. Matt Bershacker, president of the nonprofit, the ASPCA, which I made a joke. I meant to say the SPLC the other day, and I said the ASPCA, expressed his sadness over her death. He stated, Betty White demonstrated a lifelong commitment to helping animals in need, including dedicated support for local shelters and animal welfare endeavors, fiercely promoting and protecting animal interests in her entertainment projects, and personally adopting many rescued animals. It says, he added, Betty was a constant, compassionate advocate for vulnerable animals across the country and will be greatly missed. So it says, now if we go here to the TMZ article, it says, fans sparked the Betty White challenge encouraging animal activism. Fans from all over the nation are gearing up for what would have been Betty White's 100th birthday, joining in on a challenge encouraging fans to spread the love to animals in need and donate to local orgs. Brittany Viscara was from PawWorks, joined us on TMZ Live to pitch the Betty White Challenge, as you know. Betty White was a fierce animal rights advocate. So we go down here. It says PawWorks is an animal rescue that places unwanted animals in LA shelters into loving homes. And it's challenging people to adopt different animals, right?
That's cool.
And I've actually what's funny about this is it says Brittany says the challenge is about everybody doing more, just like Betty, by caring for abandoned and abused animals.
Do you want to adopt the animal?
I had 3 friends on social media today post pictures at shelters going to get animals, and none of them mentioned the Betty White Challenge. So I don't know if it was just a coincidence. Was it an algorithmic?
It's like power of suggestion.
Yeah.
Someone on their timeline was getting an animal who didn't mention it, or maybe they did. I am ready for a dog.
You think they would have tagged? If you went all the way to a shelter and got an animal just because Betty White.
But maybe they're not. I mean, what if it's just, I wonder if we can find information about like when adoption season, weddings are concentrated in certain times of the year because the weather's nice. Like if it's far enough out from Christmas, people are like, oh, but I am kind of lonely. I want a dog.
And it's not just saying to adopt. It just says, Brittany says it's super simple to be more like Betty. Folks can volunteer, adopt, foster, or find other ways to be involved. So they're saying just be involved in animal rescue, be involved in that stuff. So,
I know a lot of people, when the lockdowns first went in, tons of people started signing up to foster pets because they were home more and they had the time and they could also accommodate an animal that might need a little bit more care.
That's true. And also for kitten season, if you want to adopt a cat, it's July through December.
What's kitten season?
Like adopting cats for paws.
Oh.
Because you were asking about like when is the season, and I was like, I'm kind of curious.
Is that a thing?
I just meant like if there's a trend, like certain times of the years, people tend to like, this happens across all industries. Like people tend to look at more houses in the spring. Winter tends to be slower. Like if there's a time of the year when people are like, it's time, like back to school season, or like people might get a bunch around Christmas because they give them as pets.
Yeah, and then for puppies, it is spring season when they adopt like a new dog.
I know because social media always has to be negative. I've seen things on Instagram about from animal shelters and vets who talk about how it's a busy season after Christmas because animals get sent back. Because social media can't ever be positive.
Well, I also think like a dog is not a gift. Nope. So like don't put one under your tree. You have to have a bigger understanding of the commitment behind a dog. You can't just be like, it's so cute, it'd be so adorable.
Exactly. So I don't know. We've got Bocus here, so I'm all good on the pet front.
But do you want to adopt a pet? Let's adopt a hedgehog. Name it Sega.
Miracle
and
really
name it Betty.
No, we're naming it Sega because Brett thought it was a good idea.
Well, Sonic the Hedgehog is too on the nose, but Sega, the system which played Sonic, is much better. Yes.
Well, also
so inside baseball right now.
Well, also I want to adopt like a Maine Coon because I
had a Maine Coon cat growing up. She's beautiful.
I think they're so beautiful, and I think it's so cute how like they grow really huge than the average cat. So I kind of want it because when I first got this job, I was being interviewed by Allison, and I was looking outside the window, and I thought Bucko was a bobcat for a quick second, and I was like, why is there a bobcat on your property? And she was like, oh no, that's just Bucko.
Did you see did you see the vlog today?
Yeah, that they got trapped.
They tried to send Bucko outside, and he just was like, nope, walked right back inside. I'm not doing with the snow.
Yeah, Bucko's not an outdoor cat when it's snowing.
Only on his terms. Like he's all independent and on his own in the summer, but come this time of year, he's like, no, I'll stay inside.
Like,
no, he tries to go outside too. There was a couple of times I had to run after him.
He's given that up now. He sees the snow. He's like, no,
inside
thanks.
for the season.
He is. So
no. Also, he likes to hiss at my shoes because I blocked the door.
Fair enough.
So we love him, and I post at least one Bucko post like on Instagram like every other day on
we
on
follow
my
each
story.
other on Instagram
Yes,
now.
we do. I saw that. I was like, oh,
it came up in my explore page. I was like, that garage looks really familiar.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It knows that we like have people in common.
Yeah,
It probably
yeah.
senses our phones are near each other.
Tim was like, I still get your, because like I came to work here because Tim found me on Instagram. He's like, I still get sent your videos all the time. I was like, well, yeah, I'm still making them.
And it knows you're on the same network.
Yep. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.